So let's talk a little bit more about what's going on in this parameter list, or this parameter. Args, in this case, is the arguments for the command line of the Java program called main. And then this main function gets the argument list. So what do I mean by the argument list? These are the command line arguments for the class main. So now main is the entry point of any basic Java program at the command line. So we want to get, let's say, the first thing after the name of the program at the command line. We can do that by getting args sub 0. So let's go ahead and try to print that on a line. So print line, and we're talking about the output. Now remember that this print line thing belongs to a package and a class structure actually called System.out, and then print line belongs to that. So we need, at least for now, to fully qualify that thing. So now we can say that we want to print out whatever args is at the 0th index. This string with two brackets is saying I have an array, and an array is just a data type, a composite data type, an ordered list of things. So I have a list of strings that I'm going to pass to you. So I want this program to print out the very first thing in that list. Arrays are indexed starting with 0. In fact, many things in computer programming languages are indexed starting with 0. So we start counting with 0 rather than 1. So this should really print out something, right? Well, let's go ahead and try and see what happens. We get an exception in thread main, Java lang array index out of bounds exception 0. What in the world is that saying? Well, that's saying that I don't have anything after the invocation of the program. In other words, after the main name of the program, I don't have anything else. How can we fix this if we really want to? Typically, we don't care what the argument list is, especially in things like Android development. We don't really care. But if we do care, we can go ahead and go to Run, Edit Configurations, and then in the Configuration tab for main, we have an option to add program arguments. So let's go ahead and put hello in there. Just a string, and we'll say OK. Now with that program argument added, if we run our program again, we have hello. And what's it done? It's grabbed that first argument from the argument list and printed it out. Pretty cool. But we can do a little bit more than that. Let's get a little clever here. What if we wanted to say hello and then Java? Well, we've already got hello in the argument list. Now we could maybe add the string Java somehow. Well, for that, we need to use a method of the class string. And I'm just going to go ahead and type it in here, string.format. Now, don't get worried about all of this stuff. I'll talk about this throughout the course. But the first thing we want to do is go ahead and use the string that we already have. For that, I'm going to use %s. And I know you can't see it because of the tooltip. But if we say %s, that means I'm going to replace this with something I'm going to tell you about later. So I can get rid of this arg0 for now at least. So if I say %s, comma, Java, and then the end of the string, now I need to say what to replace %s with. So I'm actually going to replace that with the string hello. But I know I have hello in the argument list, so I'm going to take it from there. So now if I say args sub, or indexed at 0, the string at args sub 0, which I gave, remember, in the configuration under the Run menu, will replace this %s placeholder. Now there's a lot of different placeholders in string formatted or formatted strings. We have %d or %i for an integer, %f for a float, but we haven't talked about data types yet. So for now, just know that whatever is in arg0 will replace this %s. And I'm missing one parenthesis here. And there we go. Now I will save it and run it, and I should see hello, comma, space, Java. And the hello came from where? Well, it came from our array of string called args, indexed at 0. In other words, the 0th string in the arguments array for this program. Pretty cool.